This movie, we've got to bring back the original Bella costumes. We had lost them and then found them in storage. I was about to remake the Bella costumes.
Bulletproof, nothing to lose. Fire away, fire away.
Hi everybody, I'm Salvador Perez, the costume designer on Pitch Perfect 3. Welcome to Facebook Live. We are here at Clay National Guard, about to shoot a big sequence with the Bellas performing. This is the wardrobe trailer. It's very calm now because nobody's gotten here yet. The Bellas arrive in about an hour and it's going to be complete mayhem. We have 2,000 extras, hundreds of people in military costumes, and our Bellas performing. Come onto the trailer and take a look. This is a costume trailer. It's sort of a mobile costume department where I store all of the costumes for the film. We're a little packed because there's a lot of costumes on a lot of Bellas. This movie is much bigger than the last two. Each film seems to get bigger and more costumes. You've probably seen a lot of what the girls have Instagrammed. You know, you guys know I like a lot of sparkle, and so the more Swarovski crystal, the better in my world. Everything is better with sparkle. And there's also been a little more glam on this film. This is Becca's outfit to go to the casino, black sequin. There's lots of them because there's a lot of stunts. So I've had to find costumes and get lots of them. This is Rebel's outfit for the casino, silver sequin, and one of my favorite outfits, Rebel in her military outfit. And there's a little sneak peek of what's happening on the rest of the film. We've got more costumes to show. I mean, well, I probably shouldn't show those to you because then I'm going to get in trouble for it. But I can show you some details, like these great Swarovski crystal boots that my team of minions have spent hours doing these. And we have these for all the girls, except for Rebel and Esther, who don't want to wear heels, they wear flats. This movie, we've got to bring back the original Bella costumes. We had lost them and then found them in storage. I was about to remake the Bella costumes. But, you know, we have the Bella scarves, the original Bella tops, and it's made my heart very happy to see the girls back in their original Bella costumes. The girls weren't so happy, I was. This has been a really big show. I mean, I think because it's an action movie and a lot happens, it's not just finding an outfit for them, but it's finding multiples. Like you saw, it's like here are 5 tiny dresses for Chrissy Fit that have survived so far, some not so much. It's been a really fun design process to see these girls go from college freshmen to young ladies in college, and now this is their life post-college. So I've really grown with these girls, and I think that we've really had fun seeing them grow up. It's been I've known them for 5 years now. This is my 3rd movie with them. We've had a lot of fun. And it's been fun to sort of mix up the looks. I mean, one of the girls' favorite looks, which is really funny, are these jumpsuits that we had made for a big performance scene, and they have these great patches that, you know, Bella for life. And for such a basic outfit, this is one of the girls' favorite looks on the show. I'm like, wait, I bought you gowns, I've given you crystals, and you guys love a jumpsuit. Whatever makes them happy. We also have a second trailer that's all military. We have hundreds of military uniforms to fill in the background for the show. We are supposed to be all over the world: Kosovo, Italy, Greece, Spain, France, all shot here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I think there's some questions coming in, so I'm going to get my phone and answer your questions. What is the first one? Where do you begin with building wardrobe costs with such a big cast? Ha! One outfit at a time. I'm very fortunate that I've worked with the girls for 5 years, so I know their likes and their desires. So you don't have to figure that out. It's sort of building on it. And there's a trust with the girls, so the fittings go very quickly. You know, this is like family for us. Where do you source the clothing? Do you pull from stores, design some of them, or from your team? We do a lot of shopping, just because we need so much of it. But obviously the military stuff with the rhinestones, this is all custom made. But you know, I internet shop, I shop in the stores. I'm not gonna say how much money I spent, but a lot. The ladies are out of college now, except for Haley's character. How have their characters' fashion changed from the first and the second films until now? Ha! The first movie, the girls were sort of naive and the outsiders, and we sort of made their clothes sort of show that. And in the second film, Elizabeth Banks directed it. She's like, they're young ladies now, they're a little more confident, show that in their clothing. They're a little more secure in who they are, and they're more grown up, like bring the color down because they're young ladies. And in this one, now it's post-college life, so we saw Becca in a suit. But it was still the rock and roll version of a suit because Becca is the rock and roll chick. But it's been really fun to see that sort of transition for everybody. Do you collaborate with any of the actors on their characters' costumes? What's your source of inspiration? The actors themselves. I mean, they all have an opinion, and I understand that because I can design a costume, but they have to wear it. So I don't ever want to dictate to them what they're going to wear. I've never forced an actor to wear anything because I don't have to wear it. I mean, I might design a costume. If they don't like it, I adapt it. And as you'll see in the military costumes, there's all have a version of it. Some are in skirts, some are in shorts, some are in jeans, some are in heels, some are in flats. I want the actor to feel comfortable in it. I would still love to get Rebel in heels. Not going to happen. But, you know, all of them bring their own inspiration for the character, and my idea is to collaborate with them so that they love their costume. If you get an actor to wear something they don't like, it's never a good thing. What's been the most fun costumes to create? I have to say, the military looks have been, I love them. I had seen a Bob Mackie special when I was a kid in design school, and Debbie Reynolds was wearing a military uniform with rhinestones, and I loved that so much. So when this film came up, and I got the opportunity to do that sort of idea, I was inspired by Bob Mackie, and I have to give him credit for it, because it was his idea. I just made it a little younger and more modern. How did you get your start in costume design? I fell into the business. I went to FITM thinking I would be a fashion designer like Calvin Klein, and I knew how to sew. So in design school, I was working retail, and a costume designer was in the store, and she was telling her assistant that they needed somebody to help their seamstress sew. So when they came to pay, I'm like, I heard you need somebody to sew. I sew. And I fell into the business. I literally thought that I would be, making clothes on films until I had my own line. And now, 20 years later, I'm the president of the Costume Designers Guild, and I've been designing for 20 years. I did not plan on this career. I love it, but I totally fell into it. What are some of your favorite moments with the Bellas on set? Watching the performances. You get to see them on film, but I get to see them live, and I wish you guys could see it because these girls are amazing performers. They sing, they dance, and God bless them, they do it for 12 hours at a time. Our first day shooting the military was exterior, and it was like 30 degrees, and they were in skimpy costumes, and they were such pros. I mean, it really, you have to understand that the amount of work these girls put into these characters, it's amazing. These girls are true professionals. Do the cast get to keep any of their outfits and or accessories? They're not supposed to. Everything is a studio asset. But I do know that some Bella scarves have disappeared. I do know that we had little Bella earrings and Bella necklaces made, and somehow they disappeared. I don't know how. I'm not going to say who, but the nicest compliment an actor can give you is to want to take home their costumes, because that means they really loved them. Because you think that after they've worn them for 3 months every day, they'd be sick of it. But when they want to take them home, you're like, well, you did a good job. How many performance costumes do you have for this film? The girls have 3 main performance looks. Well, they have 5 performance, but I've used 3 looks over and over again. Plus, we have all of they're on a USO tour, so they have other bands performing. So the girls have 3 main looks, and then the others, like 4 other bands who also have 3 looks. So much like the last film, while I had the Das Sound Machine and other groups to dress, there's a lot of costumes in these films. I mean, even just like sometimes we'll do a pass of a group in the background, and that's still head-to-toe costume design. Questions are coming in. Fast and Furious. Okay, last question. Oh, it's the same one over again. Who's my favorite Bella? I can't choose a favorite Bella. They're all my favorite. I love them all. I have to say that they're each unique individual flowers, but they're like my sisters, and I love them, and I love these films. And thank you for joining us. This film is going to be amazing, and I can't wait for you to see it all.